Have a great day, everyone. Welcome to the Instructor's Compass. Our topic for the moment is the concept of self. Have you ever asked why is it important to study the self? If the saying goes, no man is an island, then we would rather study others so that we can always collaborate and make groups to exist socially. But why study the self? Well, self is the most important and most basic unit of the ecosystem. When the self understands his existence, the self will also have easier time understanding other selves, and later on, understanding will compound to a much greater population. Thus the maxim, understand yourself before understanding others, is actually a core foundation of this concept. So how do you define self? Well, self is me. That is the easiest way of putting this. This topic is very specific and very submerged to the human person because it is not talking about anything else but himself. However, there are also some disadvantages that will be met along the way. While studying ourselves will have a lot of challenges in self-protection resulting to biases, and that will make the study lesser in authenticity. That is the only drawback, but the localization of the topic to one's self makes the subject very interesting to the internally you level. The topic is also very biblical, as we can have a notation from Luke 2:52, and this verse read this way. And Jesus increased in wisdom and in stature and in favor with God and with man. Well, let us try to uncover what God wants us to see in this verse. Again, Luke 2:52. And Jesus increased in wisdom, that is the mental self. In stature, that is the physical self. In favor with God, that is the spiritual self. And with man, that is the social self. There you go. The Bible originated the concept that man has four sub-areas of self, and that is the physical, mental, spiritual, and social selves. For man to be called a holistic, complete individual, there should be a balanced development of the four selves from within. Dear streamers, this is the main idea of understanding the self. It is understanding it in the four basic aspects of the sub-self. Another theorist by the name of Joseph Loft and Harrington Ingham conceptualized the theory Johari window. In this cubic model, there are four windows and each of them have unique descriptions. The first window is the one that you and others know. The second window is the one that you know and others don't. The third window is the one that you do not know and others know. The fourth window is the one that you and others do not know. That is why, even in the most complete interpretation of self using the Johari model, the last window of you and others not knowing what is in it makes us conclude that no person in this world knows everything. There is always a part of ourselves that is unknown to all, and that will make life full of suspense. At the end of the day, the only question that remains is, do you understand yourself? Well, quite a very simple topic, but its depth is always considered unfathomable. That is the reality of a self. That is why sometimes you can say, I thought I already knew myself too well, but why is it that at times I am acting as if I don't know myself? Well, the unknown you, the unknown self, gives you the explanation for that. The main blessing of not having a perfect knowledge of what really are we and a perfect view of ourselves is that we tend to search more of who we are, and along the way, we discover that we can even mutate in terms of our mental, social, physical, and spiritual attributes. We call this as adjustments. So, who are you? If you answer me, well, I cannot tell you 100% of who is me because I tend to still have 25 to 50% searching to do to complete that data. Well, congratulations! You are a normal human. The study of self is simple, yet the explanations are complicated. That is why oftentimes there is a phrase that goes this way: just accept the person for who he is. It will make the acceptance fast and sweet. Because if you will go to the details, life becomes boring, hostile, and even unproductive. Let the suspense remain, for our great Maker, who is no other than God, knows best why there are some parts of ourselves that we still need not know. Have a great time, dear learners, dear streamers, dear watchers. Have a great time understanding yourself.